Do you think Elon Musk is rich? Are you impressed by Jeff Bezos' yachts? Think again. If we brought John D. Rockefeller to today and adjusted his fortune for inflation, he would have an estimated net worth of $400 billion. That's more money than the GDP of most countries on the planet. We're talking about a man who literally lit up the world before electricity existed, and whose power was so absolute that the United States government had to create antitrust laws just to stop him. He was born the son of a bigamist con artist and a deeply religious mother who barely had enough to eat. How do you go from absolute poverty to owning the entire planet? Today we're not going to give you empty motivational quotes. Today we're going to dissect the power engineering of John D. Rockefeller. Get ready, because we're stepping inside the mind of the most ruthless and brilliant capitalist in history. Law 1. The obsession with the penny, the ledger A. From the time he was a child, Rockefeller didn't play. He audited his life. At just 7 years old, he bought candy in bulk and resold it piece by piece to his sisters. But what separated him from everyone else wasn't the selling. It was the recording. He had a small notebook called the Ledger A. In it, he wrote down every single cent that came in and every single cent that went out. Most people today have no idea where their paycheck goes. Rockefeller knew exactly where every penny was. Lesson: wealth doesn't start by making millions. It starts by controlling the pennies. If you can't manage $10, the market will never give you 10 million. Absolute financial control is the foundation of an empire. Law 2. The silent employee. Listen more, speak less. His first job was as an assistant bookkeeper. He worked from 6 in the morning until 10 at night. He never complained. He never asked for breaks. He absorbed information like a sponge. While his co-workers spent their salaries on alcohol and women, he studied the company's accounting books. He understood that accounting is the language of business. Rockefeller was famous for his silence in meetings. He let everyone else talk. He let them reveal their cards. And he only struck when he had all the information. In a world full of noise, silence is your most lethal weapon. Law 3. Stop working for money. Make money work for you. He saved $800, a fortune back then, and borrowed another $1,000 from his father at 10% interest because his father didn't give anything away for free. With that money, he entered the grain business. But here's the real move. He saw that crude oil was complete chaos. People were pulling it out of the ground, but nobody knew how to refine it properly. The kerosene of that era exploded in people's homes and killed them. Rockefeller didn't run to find oil, he ran to refine it. He created Standard Oil. The name wasn't random, it promised standard, safe quality. Lesson: don't chase the gold rush, sell the shovels, or better yet, control the process that makes the gold useful. That's where the real margin lives. Law 4. The pipeline war. Disruptive innovation. This is where Rockefeller becomes a legend. He was using trains to move his oil. The railroad tycoon Cornelius Vanderbilt tried to extort him by raising transportation prices, thinking Rockefeller had no choice. What did Rockefeller do? Did he cry? Did he pay? No. He decided to build giant pipelines to transport the oil underground. It was a massive, risky technological bet. It almost bankrupted the railroads. He left his enemies with nothing left to transport. Lesson: if your supplier or partner becomes your enemy, destroy them with innovation. Never depend on a single path to move your product. If they close the road, build a tunnel. Law 5. Vertical integration. Total control. Rockefeller didn't just refine oil. He realized that paying for barrels was expensive, so he bought his own forest and made his own barrels. He realized that rail cars were expensive, so he built his own rail cars. This is called vertical integration. He controlled everything from extraction all the way to delivery at the customer's house. By eliminating middlemen, his costs were so low that he could sell cheaper than anyone else and still make money, while his competitors went bankrupt trying to match his prices. Lesson: eliminate the middleman. Every hand that touches your product takes a piece of your profit. Control the chain, control the price, control the market. Law 6. The mindset of capital preservation. Even after becoming a billionaire, Rockefeller still personally reviewed the invoices from his factories. One day he noticed they were using 40 drops of solder to seal a kerosene can. He asked them to test it with 38 drops. It leaked. They tried 39. It sealed perfectly. That single request to save one drop ended up saving the company thousands of dollars every single year. Poor people spend money to look rich. Rich people protect money to stay rich. It's not about being cheap. It's about being efficient. Waste is the enemy of profit. Law 7. The monopoly and hidden wealth. His company, Standard Oil, eventually controlled 90% of all oil in the United States. The government sued him, and the Supreme Court ordered his company to be broken up into 34 separate companies. Companies that today are known as Exxon, Chevron, Mobil, and others. Everyone thought it was the end of Rockefeller. They were wrong. He kept shares in all of those new companies, and because the market values the individual pieces more than the whole conglomerate, his fortune actually tripled. The man was such a genius that even when he lost, he won. Lesson: diversify your assets. If you have everything in one basket and that basket falls, you die. But if you have 34 baskets, you're invincible. Law 8. Buy when there's blood in the streets. During financial crises, when panic took over Wall Street and everyone was selling, Rockefeller was buying. He had liquidity, cash in hand, when almost nobody else did. Generational wealth is built during recessions. While the world cries, the smart investor goes shopping. Don't be afraid of chaos. Chaos is a ladder if you have the capital and the cold blood to climb it. Law 9. Financial education or death. None of this was luck. Rockefeller understood numbers better than almost anyone. He knew how to read balance sheets. He understood margins and compound interest. If you today don't know what an ETF is, what compound interest is, or how inflation works, you are easy prey. The system is designed to keep you poor and ignorant. Break that chain. Financial education is the only unfair advantage that is still legal. Law 10. The final purpose. Rockefeller spent the first half of his life accumulating money ruthlessly, and the second half giving it away intelligently. He founded universities, helped eradicate diseases, and finance modern science. He understood that money, in the end, is energy. If you only accumulate it, it rots. If you use it to create impact, you become immortal. Don't chase money just to have it. Chase money so you have the power to change your reality and the reality of the world. John D. Rockefeller taught us that it doesn't matter if you're born in the gutter. What matters is the strategy you use to play your cards. He was hated by many, admired by others, but ignored by no one. Now I ask you, are you playing to tie, or are you playing to dominate? Are you controlling your pennies, or are you letting them slip away? History is written by the victors, and to win you need education. I'll see you at the top of success.